Well, hello at last, YouTube. This is the culmination of about 5 hours of testing different softwares for video capture and game capture and audio, and checking my audio settings on my headphones, my Corsair Void 2s, which I'm getting all this husky, croaky, slightly sore throat audio to. Actually quite glad that the last two episodes, I might call them, only recorded audio because of my my lack of experience in all this stuff. I fought two battles that should have been very straightforward in my campaign as Parthia, which I've never played as before, and they should have been straightforward, simple wins. You know, losses in the double figures, maybe even in single figures against very small besieging armies. And well, this is the army I've got left. They were all full units, and I couldn't even defeat this army here. They were all full units as well. I sent them off the battlefield, but almost at the cost of my whole army, which is really sad. I actually brought up a second army and recruited mercenaries because I'm so sick of Armenia attacking me, that I basically thought, right, enough's enough, time for you to go. I've had enough of this. Fraps let me down, and then OBS didn't let me down. I let myself down by not really looking into how to select the right recording scenes and setting up kind of video capture options properly. Long story short, I recorded 32 minutes in two lots of video. Just happened that it was 32 minutes of perfect audio and completely black screens. So we got all the glorious almost defeat audio of my battles, and none of the horrendous scenes of bloodshed as my army basically bled out on the field in front of its city gates. Yeah, great start to my my YouTube career, if it ends up being a career. I have no idea what's going to happen because I don't seem to be able to use the software properly. Right, so this is like turn 40-ish of Pontus. For some reason, I've only ever played as Britannia, Spain, Carthage, and I've forgotten which Rome is on the bottom. Scipii? No. Oh, whichever one it is. The one who always has to fight Greece and Carthage to start with. Always found them the most fun. I've tried as Greece a couple of times. I do love using rank after rank of spears and Cretan slingers, and you know, pretty fast moving light cav, that kind of thing. So in that mindset, I thought I'd go for completely the opposite and go for elite kind of mounted archers, and probably the absolute worst light infantry spearman slinger combo I think I've ever experienced in Rome. I may have played as these guys God knows how long ago, like when I still had Windows XP on my previous PC. I'm still resisting using Windows 10. Somebody tell me in the comments if it's worth using Windows 10 now. I'm still on Windows 7 because I just find it works best kind of all round. Haven't found a game that isn't compatible yet. I'm happy using DirectX 11 as my my best graphics options for the most kind of recent games, and well, clearly I have no problem running my old favourite games like Rome. I may even try doing a Medieval 1 campaign at some point. I may have to test that a little bit further to see if I still got on with the controls as well as I used to. I think back with Windows XP and Windows 95, I believe it worked with Windows 95 pretty well. I was quite happy with it. Some sort of niggling doubt in the back of my mind that the lack of being able to zoom out properly or far enough on Medieval 1 kind of ground me down a little bit. And just the unit controls were dodgy, you know, not being able to kind of pivot the camera downwards far enough so you could have that more kind of Rome 2 kind of looking directly down on your troops, that kind of thing would have been really useful. I don't believe there are any mods for Medieval 1. It's too old now. But again, I might be wrong. I've never really tried modding it. Might have been before the days of mods. Who knows? Please give me a good thrashing in the comments if I'm wrong about that. So yeah, I have a bit of a pickle on my hands. I was the protectorate of, or under the protection of Egypt, who did at one point have Damascus and were trying to take Antioch off the Seleucids. Once I'd seen that they were making moves on Damascus, I basically diverted my one large army I had in the south to take Antioch, and that was a pretty epic battle against the Seleucids there. I managed to draw them out using Legend of Total War's pretty reliable tactic of just attacking with one unit and leaving a reserve army right behind it. They were stupid enough to come out with no missiles and very few cavalry, so I basically just ran circles around them with all this horse archer gibberish, and have since started recruiting archers. Since I did that, things went sour with Egypt, and they kind of rescinded the whole protectorate thing, and went straight for Damascus. Well, I had a good battle against the Seleucids first, captured this just as this much larger army came, and they've since killed my. I thought they killed him. He was in a fight to the death. He seems to have managed to retreat anyway, having no movement left. He's managed to get back into Damascus, but I'm pretty certain that if they wanted to, Egypt could quite easily take. They'll probably go for Palmyra. Damascus might be a little bit too much of a tough one for them there. For all I know, they've got another army around here, maybe coming up from Boston, Bostra. That's the one. Not Boston. A little bit further away. I also have these bloody rebels. I haven't seen any rebels down in the south before because for some reason Egypt abandoned Dumatha, then tried attacking me again to get it back. No idea what they were thinking, because I had 3 units of spears. I had no idea I had Dumatha in the first place. I seemed to start having it with a load of spears. Not sure why. No idea where they came from. They had quite a big army, kind of a few squares outside Dumatha. I sallied out with my spearmen and basically just took on their spearmen. Somehow managed to encircle them and drove them off. But it does leave me with the problem that I now have... I don't really know what this army's made of. I'm gonna guess it's another unit of cavalry and maybe archers and pelters. I might be able to take them if I can just see what's actually in this army. If it turns out to all be spears, I'll probably be screwed, to be fair. I'll be cheesy, do a quick save, and let's just see what comes my way.
Prepare for battle.
Oh, damn it. Eastern Infantry, Bedouin Warriors, and... oh god. Okay, can I win this? I have no idea. Oh, okay, it's I have an Eastern General. They've got a decent amount of javelins. Javelins are quite good against weak infantry. Let's see what happens. In we go. I don't know what I'm scared of really. The weakest infantry there are in my area. But then they're good at fighting cav, so let's see what happens. Bedouin's going to do the first attack. Arab cav will probably do the follow-up and try and flank them. These guys can kind of try and tuck in around the back somehow and take all of the auto fire off. I need to get rid of these. No, Bedouin warriors. I need to attack with my own Arab cav, but I don't think they're going to allow me to do that somehow. No, I didn't think so. Let's just get rid of some of these. Ah, that's more like it. Right. Quick. Oh, I think I've just got myself into a bit of a trap. Yep. Ah, dearie me. That was not good. No. What are you doing? You silly boy. Should I? Yes. Not doing nearly enough damage to their infantry. Maybe I need to maneuver around, but I want to get my general into combat with their Arab Bedouin cavalry. Maybe I can just charge and head on, and whatever happens, really. But they are going to get their spears in at some point. Oh, that was a decent charge. Not as resounding as I'd hoped, but okay, get back out of there. What I really want to do is catch their spears in the back. Don't think they're going to let me do that in a month of Sundays. me go if I can. Nope. Okay, I'm not sure really how I'm going to tackle this because they won't let me get behind them. Which is, oh no 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 no. Yes 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 yes. Perfect. No no no. Ah, Jesus. That's not. Yes, that's the one. I think they're winded already, which is not favourable for me at all. But I've managed to rout them, which is the main thing. Wavering. Even with cavalry, I'm gonna attack a wavering. Yeah, that's the one. And no friendly fire. Thank you very much. General straight into the back of you, and I think that could more or less be job done. Yes, that's the one. Right. Yes, I just charged straight headlong into a unit of spears. Very clever. Their cav has just regrouped, but I've now got the general, and that is job done. Not my best, definitely not my best performance there. I'll have no problem mopping up the rest of them now. They're all gonna run away the second I get close to them. Yep. Just follow straight through. Perfect. Ah, God, that's a relief. I'm not amazingly good at skirmishes, like where everyone's trying to snipe each other, and or rather, I'm trying to snipe their one unit of cav and their other two units. Obviously, all they wanted to do was eliminate my cav threat with their spears, which they almost did with my poor Arabs. Be interested to see how many experienced chevrons they get. Because I wasn't actually keeping track of it, which is pretty slack. No experience. Fantastic. Oh well, at least I got rid of one of the generals. Could have been a lot worse.
Glorious victory!
Now, something I was not prepared for was just how thirsty you get talking continuously while recording one of these episodes. So hats off to all the people who've made hundreds and hundreds of episodes, and yeah, just doing so much content, because I have no idea how you talk for so long. God. I already have a bit of a husky throat. That's largely in thanks to some hospital treatment I've had recently. I may go into that at some point, may not, but it's partly to do with, or partly the reason for me starting this channel, and yeah, hopefully I'm going to have loads of time for making loads of silly content of probably more than not me scraping through with some really kind of skin of my teeth kind of victories, or Pyrrhic victories more likely. Because as much as I love this game, and as much as I've played it for ages and ages and ages, like, when did this come out? 2001, 2002 was it? So more than 15 years. I think I started playing this maybe the second year it was out, or the year after it was out. I basically played kind of more role-playing, I think would be the way of calling it. Trying trying to get into the mindset of a general and play kind of an arcade style of campaigning where I'd make model armies and you know, in my imagination they'd be certain types in certain armies and certain types of troops in other armies, and they'd all have their own fantastic little background. And a general would have a certain attitude towards certain other countries, and oh, I don't know what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying. I'm just doing a very bad job of explaining it. But yes, they'd all go up against the odds, and there'd be people in each unit who'd been friends for years, decades even, fighting side by side, and if a certain unit got mauled, there'd be people with revenge on their minds for their fallen comrades, and that army would end up going after a certain country to the death if needs be, or potentially overrun an entire nation and get revenge on his fallen friends, and it'd all be very epic. But I'd never really focused on how to really master some of the controls and kind of micro skills that, you know, other people like Prince Macedon, for example, have, or in terms of like campaign mastery, like Legend of Total War, where he can pretty much play the game the way he wants the game to play, and kind of almost disregards the script. He's like the Neo of Total War, kind of bending the game to his will, which is all pretty impressive, to be honest. There's some exploits that I've seen him do where I've tried to recreate them. I mean, one is obviously the simple ones like draw out, where you send just one unit out of an army to besiege and leave the rest of your army just kind of standing behind it. I love that one. I may have done that by mistake in the past, but I most certainly do it on purpose now. Particularly if there's a large but defeatable army inside the settlement and you don't want to wait 9 or 10 turns. That's a game changer. You go and attack it with one unit and they're like, what's that? Ha! Okay, we're coming out, we're going to trounce you. And suddenly you've got 15 units as backup coming in to save the day. I love that. If only that was as easy to do on the open battlefield against an army like this. I mean, it probably is. If I got one unit out of this this encampment settlement, I'm sure I could lure them over. But otherwise, they won't. I'm pretty certain they're not going to attack an army this size. They just won't. It's silly to consider it. They're not going to come close. I do need to send these guys back to Palmyra for re-education. Yes. Naughty, naughty people. I'm getting all damaged and bloody and stuff. Persian Cav. Hang on. Persian Cav and damaged Persian Cav. Splendid! Okay. Yes, if you can just join up to those guys, and then much better. Lovely stuff. I'll have no lily-livered units in my armies, thank you very much. Right, I'm slightly worried here. Maybe I'm not quite strong enough to come out and attack this. No, I'm probably not strong enough yet. Just haven't got the right unit composition, maybe. Maybe I need a full stack. I have got this general that needs taking out though. But yeah, I'll have to wait till next turn. I think I can do it with 2 units of Persian. 2 units of Persians, easy peasy. Even better, 3 units of Persians. That'll be an absolute cinch. Okay. Pathetic. Okay, one more unit of Persians there. I'll hold off on recruiting any more there.
Orders.
Next turn, I really want to take out Armenia. I think that's going to take maybe 3 turns. 1 to attack, 1 to regroup, and 1 to draw out. Scythia, I was friends with for so long.
Mighty general.
So long. I think I was allied with them from turn 3, maybe even turn 2. They offered me an alliance, map information, and a lengthy trade agreement, which was prosperous for everyone. We lived in peace and we galloped around the steppe, happy to just share a border along this lovely river.
Mighty
Last
general.
turn they just dissolved our alliance, didn't say anything. We're still trading partners, but I'll never forgive them. I'll never forgive them for that. I mean, it's not very sensible of them, really. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Neighbouring factions, that's the one. See, they're very good at steadily increasing. Even their military might be tanking a tiny bit at the moment. But, yeah, I think they've just lost a territory. I think they lost a territory back at turn 32. Or turn 31. 30 something. And they've now lost another big one by the looks of it. Yeah, it looks like they're gaining one and losing one at the same time, but they gained one back in turn 20-ish, but they've since kind of, oh dear, population still going up, military still going up, production. Overall, it looks like I'm doing pretty well though. I wasn't sure what to expect. Territorially, Egypt, I think I've managed to stem the tide of Egypt. That looks like, yeah, Numidia has, it looks like they've trampled poor Carthage. Yeah, Carthage just practically non-existent now, down to 3 territories, which I'm assuming is going to be, is that Syracuse? And maybe they've got Sardinia. Syracuse, Sardinia, and Carthage, or sorry, Africa. Seleucids are down to the 2 territories. Damn. Okay, who's... Oh, I'm at a loss then. I don't know who's got this territory. Maybe that's all just one territory. They've got Ionia and Cilicia, which I'm going to take off them soon. And I'm guessing the Greeks are going to take Ionia, unless Pontus is going to cause trouble for them. Let's see. Greek states are allied. Oh, they're only allied with Gaul, so yeah, anything could happen. Pontus and Greece could well be at war with each other. They're at war with everyone. Actually, they're at war with everyone but the Seleucids. So your guess is good as mine, really. There. Drop another watchtower just for the sake of it. Didn't reveal much, did it? What a waste of time. Okay. Alright, you can move back and join up that army. You're going down to see them. Okay. Okay, I'm not ready to attack anyone. That's really sad. I do need another general to get down here. I don't trust the Egyptians at all. They made me a protectorate twice, and they basically went back on their word twice. So I'll be dropping watchtowers everywhere now. Maybe I need some more cav. Can't hurt. I'm rich enough for the time being. Next turn. Yep, that was foreseeable. Oh God, what can I do? What can I do? Oh Christ. archers, cav, and spearmen. And a Pontic heavy cav with shields. Jesus. Okay, scythe chariots. Yeah, the scythe chariots are the general though. The only chance I think I have for this battle would be to somehow snipe their how does that work? Ah, okay, yep. I've got to stay out of the range of their archers, not let their Pontic cav charge me once, otherwise I'm done for. The scythe chariots are just going to be relentless. They're just going to come for me. He might be the general, but he's just going to... I've seen this a couple of times. If they touch my cav are going to melt. Luckily they're not kind of scythed archer chariots, which would be like the biggest nightmare in the universe. Oh god, at least I got the bridge. That might work in my favour. Should I be cheesy? Oh, I could unleash the cheese. It's just as risky. I'm gonna go in for an arcade battle. Now, I won't get the stamina penalty. I'll have unlimited ammunition, but so will they. So, oh, what the hell? Yep, okay, here we go. Here goes nothing. And depending on how well this battle does, will determine whether I carry on with this episode or call it quits here and fight to live another day in the next episode. Right, we'll start straight off with no setup or anything. And there's no choice of when they start firing with arcade mode. Obviously, it's just they fire at whoever they damn well please. And I choose you. Chariots are gonna be diced. I don't care about the rest. I really don't. Should I go for the chariots? I got a horrible feeling. Yeah. Okay. First things first. Ah, the audio's just so over the top sometimes. I think it's time to turn the music off too. Yep. Okay. That's more like it. Yes, this is really cheesy. Well, maybe I should get rid of their archers first because they're not mobile. I've done a decent amount of damage to their chariots already off like a few salvos. Oh no. No. Straight in. Straight in. Oh god, here we go. And this is where I start retreating like a big Nancy pants. Oh dear. And yes, you're just gonna run forever because I don't fancy taking them on headlong. They're just gonna come for me relentlessly because they need to close the distance to me. I think they've got maybe slightly better range than peltists, but otherwise, oh god, their army's just huge. Okay, sideways. I need to somehow get across the bridge, so I want to trick them into getting close to me. Not that close, darling. Yep, come close-ish. Yes, turn your backs on my archers. That's exactly what I want. Ah, oh, that probably gained me an extra few kills. I just have to basically last long enough on this map that all of their troops come across and leave me just enough gap to slip over to the larger half of the map. Now, oh, they're being clever. They're being clever. They're trying to sandwich me. I don't like it. I really don't like it. Now, I'm only playing on medium difficulty, basically because like I may have mentioned, I've never played as Pontus before, and I really didn't know what to expect at first. On the other hand, I also could not be bothered with restarting the campaign on a harder difficulty either. But yeah, I was not expecting them to use decent tactics, and it looks like they've already managed to fry my sausage, for lack of a much better term. Yeah, I've lost a fifth of a unit already. Their javelin's range is far better than I expected, and I believe I'm kippered at this point. Smoke me a kipper and call me for breakfast, or whatever he said in Red Dwarf. I am definitely being rimmered anyway, if you get my rubbish meaning. I have no idea what I'm saying or doing. It's all just a shambles. I totally underestimated the power of these Pontic heavy cav. I also managed to get down to the narrowest part of my end of the map, which was just ridiculous. I'm now up against their chariots. I have to get across the map. I have to, otherwise I have no chance. I just haven't got enough space to maneuver. I may have to do a forced charge across. I don't know how that's going to work. I think I might just have to... Oh, no, 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 no. I need more time to take out some of their infantry, whittle their army down so the units aren't so big, so I end up with more space to move around. At the moment, this is not going well because, yeah, just heavy everything. Let's go down to an even narrower bottleneck. Yes, very sensible. Am I killing any of their units? It was on 27, it's still on 27. Perfect. As I suspected, their chariots are just chasing me down continuously. No, 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 no. Oh, my beautiful Persian cav. Why? Why? You can get across the river though. And maybe you can. Maybe I need to just sacrifice one unit. Oh, why did it have to be my experienced unit though? Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, they've run amok. Oh, that's fantastic news. I do not want them in combat with the spears. Just sod off, please. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Should I charge them? Maybe I should charge them. Yeah, I'm going to charge them. Because, why not? I'm going to take heavy losses there, but I need to punch through. It's my only chance. Oh, it's not going to work. No, of course not. Ah! Oh, the pain, the pain! Watching my beautiful cavalry get minced to pieces. Okay. I have to try and dodge around. Like, I clearly would not have won this if, excuse me a minute. I clearly had no chance of winning this with standard amount of ammunition. There was just no chance. I've barely got more of a chance just because now they're Pontic Cav, which usually only has maybe 6 or... I don't know how much ammo they've got usually, 6 or 7 ammo. Now have unlimited ammo also. And they're going to take pot shots at my cavalry as they come past, like the nasty javelin throwing little ninjas that they are.
Units move out.
Come on, shoot them in the back. What, who told you to slow down? Speed up! Whittling them down slowly. I don't think it's going to be nearly enough. Nearly quick enough. My chances in this battle are slim to none because their javelins outmatch my arrows severely, basically. All I can hope to do is snipe even more of these. But now all of my units are basically nothing. They are nothing. Oh god, their range. How is their range so good? I know they're on a slight uphill, but oh, it's just savage. Okay, I've lost 3/4 of one unit and maybe the equivalent of half another one, so I'm down to half my men. Ah, just amazing. They seem to have lost their archers. Yep, 39 archers don't mean jack to me. Let's get you within firing distance, and I think I'll speed this up somewhat. This is when they get indecisive, which is really good for me because I just don't want to know, frankly. I could do with getting some more like decent shots on the cav, but what's the chance of that happening, eh? These Persian cavalry should be managing like some decent damage against the other cav. If only I'd managed to sacrifice my normal horse archers, I might have had like a decent chance in this battle, but I think I might have screwed myself, to be fair. As soon as their archers are in range, I'm going to start losing cav that I just can't afford to lose. And they're amassing, I assume, for coming across the bridge again, which will be a good little moment as they bottleneck. But there we go. All I can hope for now is to get some really good shots on these Pontic heavy cavalry, but it's just not going to happen. Made 3 kills in the last like 3 volleys, maybe, which is just laughable. Okay, they're down to 25 because they turned sideways. Now they'll be down to like 23 because they turned sideways again. Just painfully slow at killing. Okay, I'm gonna have to use some special needs tactics now. Like get around the side of them, hit them on the flanks. But no. There goes my good good unit. I haven't really got any hope of defeating these guys now. They're just too tough. Like, I know a lot of people would just be like, be patient. If you just keep them wheeling around over and over again, just stay behind them, you'll have no problems. It'll be fine. Just keep this unit running away. And I'm basically telling myself the tactics I'm now actually going to use. I love giving myself good advice. Oh, look at them fall. That's more like it. Yes. You just stay away. You are the sacrificial lamb to the Parthian slaughter, Pontic slaughter. No, keep them running, It's fine. You can die. It's sanctioned. It's fine. It's all right. You just have to last that little bit longer. Oh, music to my eyes or something. I don't know. Things are happening. All sorts of stuff's happening. I've managed to somehow managed to pull a rabbit out of the hat. I hadn't expected that at all. There we go. No friendly fire, no friendly fire. No, 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 no. How the hell did I manage that? I amaze myself sometimes. My hand's actually shaking at the moment. I can't see it, but I definitely feel it. Fun times are ahead. La 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 la. Right, archers. Time to meet your makers. Time to meet your makers, I'm afraid.
Units move out.
Right. Yeah, Eastern spearmen have far too much frontal defense against my arrows. I don't think that'll be the case once I convert everything to just Persian cav. Okay, their archers have melted. Eastern spearmen will melt next. No. That's the other thing you don't have in Pansy arcade mode. You do have a lot of arrows, but you don't have the ability to go into skirmish mode, which is obviously old news to everyone. But it's yeah, it doesn't make anything easy. It's slightly cheesy using arcade mode when you've only got an army full of archers, but the downsides to it are pretty significant. Like almost enough to make it not worthwhile. Like you couldn't really work it against a full stack army, because any enemy full stack's going to have like archer units, and eventually they corner you, and yeah, it's just a war of attrition in the end. And using mounted units, your units are just too small to take attrition like that, as I've found to my detriment on this sad, somber day where I've lost over 50% of my army. Okay, that's like 40% once I've got my injuries back, or my wounded soldiers recovered. But yeah, I wish I had skirmish mode now. I'm starting to miss it. Who are you attacking? Oh, pikemen at last. Good. Okay. Time to get you around the back of the spearmen, because I'm getting tired of their jabber jabber. Okay, you attack the Pontic infantry. Eastern nonsense. One of the worst units in the game, but still a horrible thorn in my side. Should not have caused me this much trouble, to be fair. No, behave. Oh, now they're going to turn round. As you can see, and as I believe I've already fessed up to, my micro skills are abominable. They're as bad as Pixelated Apollo. Oh, sorry, that's very bitchy of me. I love your channel, Apollo. Your commentating style is second to none, and your replay commentary even more so. But I think we might be on par in terms of micro here. My micro is just terrible. One day I hope to be up to even anywhere close to Lionheart's level. I'd be quite happily smiley faced content with, but even the likes of Pixelated Apollo or whatever, I don't really think I'm going to have a chance of, because I don't do this all day every day, and it takes quite a lot of commitment. the same with Age of Empires 2. I absolutely love that game. I've probably played it more from kind of
On our way.
was it late 90s that came out. I might have played 3,000 hours of that game. Only ever skirmishes against the PC. I think I've played
March.
maybe 10 battles against,
On our way.
or 15, 20 battles at the most against human players. And
March.
yeah, probably 12, 13 of those was against one of my old
They're
mates.
attacking us.
And we ended up having to play co-op each time after maybe the 6th or 7th battle because
Units forward.
he actually knew what he was doing in PvP, and I knew how to do kind of RPG style role-playing strategy,
Forward.
where I was kind of marching forward with units and they're standing their ground, and I wouldn't kite. I'd just fight them head on, and my longbowman would just fight to the last man, and I wouldn't dodge shots, and I'd research all the techs, and I'd build massive stone walls and build loads of castles, and
Units forward.
I'd maybe have a 50-50 chance of surviving the AI's first first attack. I'd be very turtly, and yeah, basically have no idea what I'm doing. So yeah, trying to correct that. I'll be correcting that on Rome first, because not quite as bad as Age of Empires 2, where I just use pretty sad tactics, to be honest. Not really focusing on any sort of micro. Yes. Needles to say, I won't be doing Age of Empires 2 campaigns at any point on this, because maybe campaigns, but they're not going to be. I don't think they'd really be that enjoyable, to be honest. Not when you've got the likes of Viper's legendary campaigns, particularly with the newer civs. Absolutely gobsmacked, kind of watching the skill level involved and the micro involved in taking on the AI at that level. Just like, yeah, I'm quite happy with just watching that stuff, because I couldn't play at that level. I certainly couldn't think of recording and commentating at the same time. Like, my brain capacity isn't really up to that after the hospital treatment I've had in the last couple of months. No chance. I'm just here to enjoy playing and enjoy making some content if I can. And on that note, that is my first bit of content. I hope it hasn't been too rambly. I have.
Your soldiers have brought you a great and deserved victory.
I managed to pull victory out of nothing. Maybe with the help of the arcade style and unlimited ammo, but what a crazy fight that was. Nearly lost an entire unit of Persian cav. Kind of expected to lose all of it though. Anyway, I hope I've made something slightly different to previous content. Maybe not. Hopefully there's some interest in what happens next, and I think I'm going to make an Empire Darth mod campaign at some point. Depends if I can get my hands around, or get to grips with using all this software and sorting out any audio problems I might have. I have no idea how this has turned out yet. I'm going to have to watch back some of it and see what happens. Okay, cheers, bye.